Hello and welcome to yet another episode of What to Pick. In this series I go over a few different starting hands and explain what I would pick and why. Let's get right to it. This first starting hand is a choice between Saturn systems and Credicor. Let's go with Credicor for now, this is generally a better corp. And by the way, we're playing on one of the new maps, this is Elysium, and you might immediately see that there is a 3-card spot here on Olympus Mons, which is a volcanic area. You can place any land tile here, but also stuff like lava flows or lava tube settlement. And also the ocean tiles are not that great. Why do I say that? Well, we have great aquifer here, and that's one of my favorite preludes on the base game map. But in the expansions, that's not so great, because there's no 2-card ocean spot. What you can do with it still is grab 4 plants here on Elysium, which is quite nice. You could maybe combo that with early settlement. You have 1 plant pot then and 4 plants. And as we can see here, I go first in this scenario. So I'm guaranteed, if I pick early settlement, to get the 3 cards from Olympus Mons. I could also place the city here on the 3 plant spot, which is also new. This is also very strong together with Great Aquifer. We end up with 7 plants. But if we don't get another tile placement, then that's really risky. Of course, in Gen 2 we would have 8 plants with the 1 plant pot we get from early settlement. But we have plenty of opportunities to get nuked in between there. So that's really risky. But let's see, let's hope that we get another tile placement here, and let's just pick up these 2. And we don't. Yeah, we do. We have Cupola. That's still really risky. We need to play solar power into Cupola. Okay. That's interesting. Pick these 2 preludes again. There's no real reason to pick Saturn systems here. There are no Jovian tags. There are generally not a lot of space tags. There are no space tags here. So yeah, this is clearly a Credicor game. And it looks like it's a game where we want to go for a ground game. I really want to pick up early settlement for the 3-card spot. Otherwise, this prelude is pretty bad, but all the other preludes are also not that great, so I think it's fine. The other idea would be Metal Ridge Asteroid. Yeah, but I probably would pick up plants with Great Aquifer, go for early settlement. Then I'd definitely pick up pets. Olympus Conference is strong. Moss, we already placed 2 oceans with Great Aquifer, so I think this is a good pickup. Titanium Mine, strong development card in the early game, pretty nice. Solar power into Cupola. You could think of not picking up solar power. This is not efficient for the power production. You pay a lot for the point, but I think it's fine for Credicor. You have so much money. And I'd pick up Heather as well. Just some more plant prod, decent plant prod in the mid game. I think that's fine. And yeah, and then you have this decision to make. Do you want to gamble on being able to play Cupola and place the city anywhere else to get to 8 plants? So do you want to place early settlement here, Great Aquifer here and here, and then hope that you can get solar power Cupola and be able to convert? Or do you want to grab the cards with early settlement? I think I want to grab the cards here. I'd still place my 2 oceans here, and then I just place Cupola maybe in Gen 2 to grab the 3 plants together with the 1 plant that we produced with early settlement. That will be enough to convert. So basically, as my last action in Gen 1, I play solar power. Of course, that's risky because you can get tapped, but there are only 2 cards that can tap you, your energy production, and there are a lot more cards that can destroy plants that are also really strong. So probably I just play Titanium Mine and Pets in the first gen, then end up with playing Solar Power as my last card, then opening the next gen with Cupola into conversion, if the 3 plant spot is still there. So yeah, I think that's an interesting starting hand. With Credicor, you can go for a nice ground game with that. So let's get to the next hand. Alright, and the next hand is Tharsis Republic vs Helion. I do not really like both of these corps, but let's go with Tharsis for now. Because as you can see, we are on the second expansion map. And on this map you have the South Pole, which allows you to pay 6 extra if you place a tile here, and then you get to place an ocean additionally. And that's really, really strong. And Tharsis can place a city for free. We are first again, so that's pretty nice. But let's look at the preludes. Okay, we have early settlement here. That's quite nice for Tharsis, and also really nice to secure this for sure, because if any of these guys has self-sufficient settlement, then they can steal the spot from us. But other than that, it's not a great prelude. For sure, it's a bit better for Tharsis than for anything else. And eco exports, let's just hope we get a nice card for this. Something like kelp farming would be really great. Let's look for this first. No, we don't get a nice card for that. There's some heat brought here for Helion. There's a lot of power brought, which is nice for Tharsis. There's some card draw, which is great. I think I want to go with Tharsis here. If we were to go for Helion, then we would need to pick up early settlement to secure the spot down here, and that just doesn't combo that well with Helion. Eco Experts doesn't have a target, so I definitely want to go with Research Network, which is one of the strongest preludes in the game, in my opinion. And if we're going for Tharsis, then we might as well go for Early Settlement. We could also go for Orbital Construction Yard, which is a solid prelude, definitely much better than Early Settlement. But I think in this situation, with the South Pole on the map, and we're playing Tharsis, I think Early Settlement, again, is the best pick, like in the last hand. Let's go with these two. And let's look at the starting hand. Investment Loan is always a great pickup. Inventor Skills is strong. You have some additional card draw with this, and card draw is really, really nice. We have no steel prods, so SF Memorial isn't looking too spicy. We have both tapping cards on the starting hand. That's really, really strong, just because now we know there can't be any tapping cards in the deck anymore until the deck recycles. If the deck recycles, these can go into the deck again. But now we can be really, really free with our usage of energy production. That's really, really nice. I'd definitely pick up Industrial Microbes. I might pick up these three because it gives you a lot of flexibility with power. We're missing one power tech for Power Supply Consortium, but no, we don't. If we play Energy Tapping, we also have Research Network. We have two, so we can be really annoying with these tapping cards. And I really like the Lagrange Observatory. Just drawing a card, getting the science tag, getting a point. I think it's nice in the mid game if you have nothing else to play. You could think about Herbivores with Tharsis. You want to go for a round game. And realistically, we're not playing a lot of cards this game. What's cool about the Hellas map is that there's the milestone called Polar Explorer, and the first to get to 3 tiles in the bottom 2 rows can claim that. Tharsis at Early Settlement, that's really easy. We get 2 cities in the first gen. We can place these both on the bottom 2 rows, and then we maybe just buy a greenery in between the cities to get the 3rd tile. That's quite nice. I think that's basically it. I would pick these 6 cards, claim the bonus ocean, try to get Polar Explorer, and I think we're in good shape with Tharsis here. I think it's a much better pick than Helion. Helion doesn't really have a milestone here to compete. And yeah, I think that's just a solid starting hand. Let's get to the last hand. Alright, and for our last hand we have a choice between Helion and Inventrix. Let's see if Helion is better this time. Okay, we have some good heat production here, although Morehole Excavation isn't that great. But we're on Tharsis again, so we can grab 2 cards with Polar Industries, which is pretty nice. Let's go with Eccentric Sponsor. I think this prelude is pretty strong if you have a good card for it. We have some power prod here, which is not that bad. Indented Workers is quite strong. Beam from a Thorium Asteroid, that's interesting. That's a really strong card for Helion. And we could go for Galilean Mining. Okay, so there's multiple ways we could go here. We could go Galilean Mining Eccentric Sponsor, play this first, and then use Eccentric Sponsor on Beam from a Thorium Asteroid. We could also do Polar Industries Mohole Excavation, just skip the beam, but I think that's the wrong play. Beam from a Thorium Asteroid is really, really good for Helion. What else do we want to pick up? Let's see if our cash is enough. Probably not, right? We go down to 37 like this. 37. This costs 32. Yeah, no, we don't have enough. If we want to go like that. All right. In that case, you can argue either way. I think I want to go Galilean Mining Eccentric Sponsor. Pick up in we have indentured workers. Okay, true. Galilean Mining, Polar Industries, indentured workers. That makes this cost only 24. Go down to 37 from the prelude. If we pick up this, and maybe geothermal. We don't really need geothermal power if we have that. We go down to 37 minus 9. That's 28. And this costs 24 with indentured workers, so we can pick up one more card. In that case, I'd probably just pick up one of the power cards. Even though we have this, it's not too bad to have power with Helion because it converts into heat, which is money for you. I think I'd pick up geothermal power. It's quite efficient. There's a bit more potential than power plant. So basically, you grab 2 cards with Polar Explorer, Polar Industries. You get a 2 heat prod from that. Then you play Galilean Mining to have a Jovian tag. And then you can play Beam from a Thorium Asteroid in the first gen, which gives you a lot of production. You need to play Indentured Workers first. Of course, you could wait one round of production with Galilean Mining to get some titanium to play this. But I think it's fine. You can go like this. But there are surely other ways. You can also go for Polar Industries, Mohole Excavation, and skip the beam, or just try to get another Jovian tag and play it later. But I think there's not really a reason to pick up Inventrix here. You have one strong card that you can play earlier, Livestock, but that's one of my least favorite 1-point animals because you hinder your own plant production, and you need to get that plant production first, which sometimes can be a bit hard. Drawing 3 cards with Inventrix is nice, but I think it doesn't really combo with the units too much. So I think you go for Helion here, and you have pretty strong heat production of the first gen. With Beam and Polar Industries, you end up with 8 heat production, which allows you to get a bump each gen, and then you have some heat leftover heat from the energy production that you have, which is really, really good. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and let me know if you would have decided differently on these starting hands. So yeah, see you in the next one, and have a good one. Goodbye.